In Virginia, Med Flight 1 conducted 2 hiker rescue missions within 24 hours from 2 different mountains. The first hoist operation came on Monday, March 31st, after the National Park Service notified Med Flight 1 that a hiker was in distress on Old Rag Mountain in Shenandoah National Park. The chopper flew from its base in Chesterfield, approximately 80 nautical miles to the rescue site in Madison County. Lieutenant Greg Jones of the Chesterfield Fire EMS explained that this was a time-sensitive mission due to the incoming storms.
Things that we had to take into consideration on Monday, obviously the incoming weather. So Kurt was paying particular attention to the squall lines and storms that were coming in.
Working against the clock as storms moved in, once they arrived at Old Rag Mountain, a crew member descended and secured the 67-year-old hiker. She was hoisted and flown off the mountain to a parking area down below, where she was transferred to an ambulance and taken to a hospital. Virginia State Police later reported that her injuries were non-life-threatening. Less than a day later, Med Flight 1 was dispatched to a remote hiking area in Rockbridge County called Devil's Marble Yard. That was a flight of 93 nautical miles to arrive at the rescue scene. This time, a teenage hiker was found with a lower extremity injury that prevented her from moving herself to rescue. Here's Russell Horn of Chesterfield Fire EMS explaining the situation.
It was not going to be possible for them to walk themselves out, much like in the area there were 15, 20 foot tall boulders halfway up where they were, so it would take hours just to walk back down, not to mention the crews that were going to be needed to carry them out. And that increases the risk to the patient, it increases the risk to the providers.
VSP said that rescue required reconnaissance and reconfiguring the aircraft. In that instance, a crew member also went down, secured the teenage hiker who was hoisted up. This time, that crew member was left on the mountain while the teenager, who was from Richmond, was flown to a hospital in central Virginia. The MedFlight crew then had to return to the mountain to pick up their crew member before returning to base in Chesterfield. Med Flight 1 is a partnership between Virginia State Police and Chesterfield Fire and EMS.